Eiichiro Oda has done it again. He's done it again. For my main man, Binge Smoker Sanji. Sanji's true power has been exposed in a good way, not in a bad way. In fact, in a really, really good way.
Oh yeah.
Because Oda has confirmed in the newest volume cover image, that's in color, we see a few characters: King the Wildfire, Queen the Plague, Zoro, Luffy, Momonosuke, and Kaido. But Sanji's Ifrit Janbei is there in full form. And we see Sanji utilizing blue fire. On top of the plasma, it is now confirmed blue fire. We couldn't tell in the manga because the manga, of course, is black and white. So our folks kind of drew it in like an orange color. But no. This is a grade above that. Factual. Blue fire. Oh, delicious.
Lovely.
Now, I will say this. A lot of cats on Twitter are trending Sanji's name, and I love to see it. Even on TikTok too, cats going kind of wild for Sanji. And the blue fire is a big deal. However, I don't know why folks are using the brightness and surface temperature of stars to rate something. What? that confused me, okay? Cats have to watch more Neil deGrasse Tyson because the brightness and surface temperature of a star shouldn't be used to rate the temperature of Sanji's fire. I think that's kind of weird, honestly. Because the idea here is that, okay, you have a blue star, which is like the hottest of temperatures, and then you have, let's say, brown dwarf stars that are the lowest of temperature, surface temperature for a star, and brightness too. So, okay, I see where cats are coming from, but that's the wrong way to actually go about it. It really is. Ultimately speaking here, blue fire is hotter than orange, yellow, and red fire. Absolutely. And I will say this. Me personally, I did not see Sanji utilizing blue fire. Because I thought for this power-up in Wano Country, given his suit design, it would be something more akin to like a red, black, maybe Amaterasu, hockey plus fire, that kind of stuff. Some Lunarian stuff, because there were some hints there about Lunarian King, and then Sanji, and then that kind of stuff. But no. Blue it is. Sanji more and more by Oda's design, becoming earnestly his own man, because Sanji is very unique now when it comes to his power skills. He's very extraordinarily unique, even among his own bloodline, Germa. So you love to see it, absolutely you do. And I will admit, aesthetically, the blue does actually work very nicely too, especially when he returns to his pre-time skip look, where there is some blue for his costume. So the way to view Sanji's fire is like this. Sanji's fire temperature in terms of Celsius and in terms of Fahrenheit is actually a few hundred degrees hotter than what it used to be. Going from the lowest temperature of red fire and the hottest temperature of blue fire, you're basically going from 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So from the coldest red to the hottest blue, it is 3 times the temperature. But Sanji normally has orange fire, and orange fire tends to be at a minimum 1,000 degrees Celsius or 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. So in the case of the blue fire, Sanji's max is almost double than what Sanji's minimum was based on temperature. But again, it's One Piece, and Oda's not gonna be that scientifically sound, because be real, let's be real here. If Oda wants to multiply by a factor of 20, 30, 40, whatever it is, Oda can absolutely do that. So let's bring it back down to the safe side. Sanji's Ifrit Janbei is emitting blue fire, which is hotter than regular fire, and it's also emitting plasma lightning. And normally, blue fire is hotter than red fire, orange fire, or yellow fire. A good way to indicate this is, let's say, welding torches, where in order to actually cut through metal and rock, welding torches use a blue fire to cut through that material. Now, there is a higher temperature of fire, which is denoted to by violet fire. There's actually a scene in Jabba's Reincarnation where the main character does make a fireball of violet fire, and we see the fireball go from various colors and then finally ends on violet. And the idea is the same here, where violet fire is technically hotter than blue fire. Though as far as I understand, when I did read up on some of the stuff, violet fire is never really counted in the natural spectrum of fire, meaning that in the natural spectrum of fire, blue fire is the hottest fire, but violet fire can exist, but only given certain conditions. And when it does exist, it can be hotter than blue fire. So the main reason why I bring up violet fire in the first place is because in a lot of entertainment mediums, they do have violet fire denoted to be like the hottest temperature of fire. But keep in mind here too, the color of the fire will also depend on what you're actually burning. So different materials and different substances can actually make different color fire, whether it's green, yellow, indigo, that kind of stuff. Now, of course, I will admit I am not an expert on this, so I'm pretty sure someone else in chat can give you the full run through on the particulars about the color gradients for fire. But for One Piece, we keep it very simple and straightforward here, because Oda does like science and tech, but I don't think he's a chemist. I don't think he's a nuclear physicist. Just keep it very simple, straightforward. Blue fire is hotter than orange, red, or yellow. Therefore, Sanji's potency, his temperature, is absolutely better than Ace, than Sabo, than even Luffy's Red Hawk. Yes, it is. Absolutely it is. Then you can argue even King of Wildfire's base fire. Basically, in terms of temperature, Sanji is one of the hottest guys in One Piece. God damn. Clip it and ship it. I'll say it again. Sanji is one of the hottest guys in One Piece. Add some context, please. Please! If you do clip it, assholes. Now, is he as hot as a Kainu? That's the question. And I don't think so. He should be, but there's a problem. Because the way magma is portrayed in One Piece, it's like the hottest thing ever. Ifrit King's Imperial Wings that he used against Zoro, that giant dragon of Imperial Fire, also kind of represented or looked like magma. So I don't think that in terms of temperature, Sanji has surpassed Akainu. However, if you replace Sanji at Marineford War for Ace, and then he has a clash with Akainu, on paper, Sanji's absolutely doing a better job than Ace. Of course, barring any hockey fire, any Will of D fire, whatever fire, okay? So this right here is a big confirmation for Sanji's temperature, because now it's safe to say that Sanji is hotter than Sabo and Ace. He's hotter than Luffy. Probably up until like Magma, because again, Magma is that hot. It's for some reason, it's that hot in One Piece. Though, to be quite frank, because there's lightning, plasma embedded into it, it should be worlds hotter than Magma. But of course, that's just simply on paper. So this is a good sign for Sanji. And I will say one last note too. For Zoro, for this new cover thing for the volume, we do see the color of his green wisp around his swords, which might not mean anything at all, but it could also be very significant. Maybe? Like it could be, okay, each of those wisps represent, let's say, Ryoma, Ushimaru, and himself, and they're all green for that reason. And then folks want to say also that Zoro has ties to Green Bull, and now we see those flames are green, like green wisps. So whatever's going on there, I don't know. But Sanji, we do know now. Now we do know. So here we go. It's very hard to say that Phoenix Fire is a similar fire to Blue Fire, because it's Phoenix Flames. They have unique properties. But in the same way Marco could push back Prometheus, now in theory, should be the same way Sanji can, without a doubt. And this is not some sort of unique counter like a Flame Rend. No. This is simply overpowering another attack of the same element because you have a higher temperature. And if you kind of want to also look at Marco blocking recently Kaido's Blast Breath, then Sanji's Blue Fire, then Sanji's
Insanity.
What am I doing? Listen, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Sanji's fire, because it's so damn hot and so damn powerful. Blue plus plasma, right? Right. Because that plasma matters, I'd argue. Because NL is lightning, and lightning is absolutely hotter than fire. In theory, he's absolutely hotter than Magma and Akainu too. But again, Oda loves Magma. He loves Akainu. He wanks the man off every damn other day. All right, whatever, fine. So, in theory at least, Sanji's blue fire should be able to handle Kaido's blast breath as well. Handle, not like a trade, handle. I mean handle. The one thing I would say though is that Sanji, unlike people like Ace or Sabo, unlike of course Kaido or Big Mom, he can't make giant flame waves. Like you can't have a giant Prometheus fireball that encompasses an entire forest, or like a flame wave that like destroys an entire city or a mountaintop. No, that won't happen with Sanji at this point in time. But it is still good to know that at least in terms of potency, in terms of temperature, Sanji is actually, unironically, one of the best in the business. And in the future, if Sanji does go violet, whoever it is, Green Bull, Kizaru, Inu, whoever it is, saddle up. Saddle up, cause you about to get Vince smoked. Ain't no doubt.